Hello, I am Amanda Wacker.
Hola, I'm Lenice Castro.
สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Masama Lekpua.
And we are the Triplicates. Welcome to the 13th episode of Season 2 of the Triplicates Podcast. We are 3 first-gen women of color getting our PhDs at the University of California, San Diego.
Oh, gosh.
I feel like every time I do it, I get more and more emphasis.
We're nearing baseball season.
Okay.
And
it's
Amanda's
the summertime.
Is it not baseball season yet?
It is.
Okay.
Did I say nearing? We're in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so last episode, we had my friend Amira come and talk about her experience being a graduate student and a parent.
Yes.
And just a quick shout out, happy belated first birthday to her little daughter, Tavari.
Cute.
So cute.
In this episode, we'll be discussing our experiences as we get ready for our first committee meetings.
Okay, so what is a committee meeting?
It's where I cry in front of 3 PIs. I'm just kidding. What actually is a committee meeting?
What is a committee meeting? So some people have a committee when they first pull up. Not us, though. We get to form a committee meeting during our second year, and our committee is basically a group of faculty members that are here to support you.
Why the air quote for support?
You know why.
Academic settings.
Oh, my.
But yeah, in theory, you get to pick these people.
Sorry, my plant.
Yeah, that's totally fine. In theory, you get to pick who's on your committee. There's some recommendation that you pick people that work well with your PI. I have a new PI. We don't know anybody, so we're just hoping for the best out here.
That's not true. Pallav knows everyone.
Pallav does know everyone, but he's never been on a committee with someone.
Oh,
yeah.
He's new to committees.
New to committees, doesn't know what's going on. Asking me, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So we start with 3 people in our committee, and then we get to add more people after our second year, exam, prep, exam, whatever.
Yes. And it gets more fun when your advisor is either adjunct at Salk or is out of the department.
A lot of little rules about that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I was going to learn the handbook requirements so thoroughly.
Oh, yeah.
Until I was asked to add this person qualifying for this and that. And I was like, there's so many people.
Yeah. You need someone out of the department that's tenured. And I didn't know that. So I asked somebody who's out of the department, but not tenured. So I need another person who's out of the department and tenured.
Wait, so you're going to have 4 people?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have an extended committee. But the person I asked that's out of the department that's already on my committee might be getting affiliated with biological sciences anyway. So it might work out fine.
Oh.
But it might not work out fine.
Did you need someone out of the department this year?
No, but I asked someone who's in the department and they said, chill, I just broke my wrist. Come back to me next year.
Oh, no.
And then the person who's out of the department is at Salk, and he knows a lot of microscopy stuff, and I wanted him on my committee anyways.
Yeah.
Because he's a homie. He is. My agenda for picking committee members is people who will actually care about whether or not I'm doing well. And science is science, bro. I can do whatever science I want, but I'm in it for the long haul. You better be is Amanda doing okay? Do you think we can get Amanda out on time? Is she going to be prepared to go get a job after this?
Dun, dun,
Are we setting her up for
dun.
success?
Wow.
That's what I'm looking for. Do you want to talk about your experiences having someone not in the department as your head?
Feel like we still haven't talked about what a committee meeting is.
Oh, what is a committee?
Why don't you tell us, Lenice?
So yeah, you wrangle up these PIs who are your committee, and then you meet and you give. Apparently, it's supposed to be a 45-minute presentation on.
That's a lot.
This is what I talked about before. This is what I've done thus far. If it's not your first, and this is what I plan on doing, and this is a timeline of which I'm going to do said thing so that I can get out of here hopefully on time.
Yeah.
And then it turns into like a 90-minute meeting because every 2 seconds, supposedly, from what I've heard,
Somebody
they
has something
stop
to
you
say.
and they ask you a question. So it's kind of
Yeah.
trying to get you to think long and hard about your thesis and getting an outside look is what a lot of the committee is supposed to do, since they're not looking at your blots every week like maybe your PI is in my case, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and this year we had to write a proposal.
Yeah.
To go along. Do you have to do that every year?
I think they have to write some write-up.
Oh, yeah.
Karina, yeah. Some sort of like progress
Yeah.
report. Send it to them a week before your actual committee meeting. This year, our proposal is 6 pages plus a specific aims page, references.
Wait, is it 6 pages?
Yeah.
I have to cut down some stuff. I thought it was 7.
Actually, it might.
It's
Let's
7
decry.
with a specific aims page.
But sometimes I don't. It depends where you
confused.
look, because here's the other thing: biological sciences department. Can we get like instructions that aren't on a PowerPoint? Why is this the mode of distribution of information?
Wait. Let me zoom in when you say that. Point.
Department of Biological Sciences. I mean, we can also do this like in iMovie. It's not necessary. Please zoom out. Thank you. Yeah. I think I've seen 6 pages, and I've also seen 6 to 7 pages.
Oh my.
Separately from the specific aims thing. And it's like also the we have to also include a summary statement, impact statement, rigor and reproducibility statement, which I've never heard of before. And I think that's like,
I don't think I have an impact statement. It's like in there.
it's literally a bullet point
Is it not significant?
of like things you have to include. Impact.
I know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't have.
Growth.
Oh, I have a significance.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing.
Same thing. Synonyms.
I have a feeling that even if you don't have something, the committee reviewing it won't even know that you're supposed to have the little
I
ones.
was told you're lucky if one person on your committee reads your proposal.
Yeah. Matt read it. Paul have read it.
Paul
That's
read it 'cause
what.
he had to. They said include everything in that presentation because someone's not going to read your stuff.
What if faculty is just like us? Like when you go to someone's talk, if they're like doing like a tenure talk or like a job talk, and then they're like, oh, this person's coming, look at their papers, and then come to the seminar. If you're me, I don't read the papers. I just show up to the seminar.
I've never read a paper,
Never read a paper before a
seminar.
seminar.
Yeah.
I just pull up. And hope you're a
I
good
feel like to
presenter.
them, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
this is the vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I think at least one of my committee members, I've talked casually about what I do. The person at Salk, like, they know what I'm doing.
Good.
Elizabeth has never heard me talk about my stuff. So,
It's okay.
yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
What's a
Alright.
committee meeting? Check. Why do we do it? Asama?
This is, I guess, for good reasons, because it's not just like, you know, when we were choosing labs, we were telling people, choose the advisor that you want to work with. This is your working and learning relationship with them. But also having a committee serves as a good form of like checking with other people to see like if your progress seems reasonable, if you're thinking it from a broader, maybe like impact or like standpoint. And also it's a good way to get advice from multiple mentors, which is
Yeah.
highly advised for everyone. So, and we also meet to say like if your advisor is new or out of the department or isn't super well versed with like, you know, how the program is, then it's also good for you to get advice from other people to see like, okay, this is how much progress you're making, or this is where you're going with this project, and does this seem to be what we expect of our students?
Yeah. I think the other thing that is interesting is they have, at least in our committee meeting recommendation, PowerPoint presentation.
I didn't even open that, bro.
Oh, I have it. I can send it to you. It's on my laptop. They recommend that like it's like the first 5 minutes you meet with your committee members without your PI. So like everyone but your like direct boss.
Yeah.
So then you can talk about if there's issues or something. But like,
yeah.
what are they gonna do?
Nothing.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, if these are your PI's homies and you're like, he's trash, they're gonna like cape for your like their friend. You know what I mean? Like, anyways,
Yeah.
it's an interesting system.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. And then you do your 45-minute presentation that's actually an hour and a half long. And then
I'm
they meet
stressed.
without you. And I don't know what the meeting without you is for.
Apparently, they also meet without you at the beginning. That's what I've been told.
Oh, maybe the
the
thing is at the end where you meet.
Interesting. I bet they meet without me all the time.
Honestly,
Same as their friends.
The struggle to get these 3 people that have the same hour and a half free, it was tough.
Yeah, I think I sent out like 16 time slots, and one person can only choose one. And I'm like, all right, this is when we're doing it.
this is it.
That's bro.
Yeah.
How are these people this busy?
I don't know. And the thing is, my PI is only going to get busier.
Yeah.
And they're only going to get busier. And then you're only going to add more busy people onto your committee.
Yes.
Yep.
Going to have to book them like 6 months in advance.
Yep. Like a wedding.
Yeah. Save the date.
Actually, though.
Oh, going to send cards out. It'll be cute.
What if you make your own like
Oh my
Canva
God, we have
posters?
saved the date. I guess that's what like the posters
flyers
are, but
Yeah.
like I want to send save the dates
That'd
for
be
my
cute.
defense.
Have you seen the flyers and like the defense flyers in chemistry?
For chemistry, it's
Yeah,
funny.
those are fun.
So, what was it like making a committee for you guys? I think everyone has like a slightly different situation. So.
Yeah.
Ladies goes first.
Okay.
Okay. It was like fine. I kind of knew that I wanted one person on my committee for sure. And so when I met with my PI kind of early on, I was like, hi, can we talk about committees? Because we've broadly talked about it, but we haven't really talked about it.
Mhm.
He's like, well, told me, he's like, you want it to be people that you think will have your back, and will also like push you scientifically. And he also suggested the same person I had in mind, which was Fabian, who I rotated with. And I was like, perfect. After that, I mean, I do care, but like, as long as I have Fabian, I'm like, I think I'll have like someone
Someone
at
in
least
your
to go
corner.
to, to have in my corner other than Matt.
Mhm.
And then, so that was done. And I only needed two. So I needed one more. And that one was rough. I was trying to get a PI on my committee, but she's on sabbatical. So it was like,
oh,
hi,
nice.
do you have any time for me, please?
Yeah.
It didn't end up working out. I had to send an email being like, hi, never mind. I was so stressed. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's it. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I ended up asking another PI who's on sabbatical to be my evaluation head.
amazing.
Okay.
But
Yes.
both of them are from the host path group that I'm in.
Mhm.
So I see them every week anyways.
Okay.
So one of them has
them.
seen me like present at least once, and the other
Mm.
I've casually talked about my science. So I think generally while sending that email of being like never mind was stressful, overall it was not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
compared to, I don't know, I feel like I heard so many stories of people just not having a committee until like the
day
end.
before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asama, what about you?
I remember I started sending out emails when I was on vacation, so the time difference was really confusing to me. I even sent like the wrong time zone for Doodle Poll, and someone was
no.
like, the 7 a.m. does not work for me." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, this makes sense." Yes.
You sent out a doodle poll?
I guess this
Or
is like
when
a
to
couple
meet.
days after when they all said yes. But okay, so I started out with asking my PI, like when I joined, like, oh, what do you think my committee should look like? Because you're outside of the department, but also we want people who do work related to us, but also people who would work well and know all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically he was like, choose whatever you want. It's your committee. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then I also have Fabian in my committee because
Cute.
he is an expert in all things microbial interactions, specifically microtoxins. And he's down the hall from us. So
Perfect.
very
Not for long, I
convenient.
heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. But good for him. Getting more space is always good. And then another person who I really wanted to rotate with last year, but unfortunately her lab was like super new and she already had like a direct admit grad student, so I like couldn't rotate with her. That was Aspen Reese. And she said yes, like absolutely. And she already said like, oh, I'll sit on your committee, like when she had to say no to me asking to rotate last time. So I was like, okay, this is good. And then the third person, I think I need like one other person from biology. And I asked a couple of, maybe 3 full professors in microbiology. And they're all like, I'm busy. And I'm like, okay then.
Oh my.
So then I told my PI and he's like, why don't you just add someone outside the department? They can't say no. And I'm like, okay. So then I asked Rob
Nye.
Who
Good
is
old Rob Nye.
the
Classic
microbiome person.
Yeah.
And apparently they're like, we collaborate a lot with his lab and his lab's just downstairs too.
So it makes a lot of sense.
It's a very good like collaboration / like working together relationship. So now I have 4 people.
Did you you needed 3 total this time around? Is there a reason for that?
I think it's because I think having Fabian and Aspen are already like sufficient, but since Carson is outside the department, they wanted me to have like a shadow advisor inside the department. Yeah, and Rob was previously in biology, but I think like recently he was like, nah. So they can't say anything. It's okay though. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a huge portion of my proposal is going to be on like different types of like data analysis, like technologies that we have like worked on with Rob's group too. So I think it would be good to have his eyes on them. Yeah.
So fun.
Yes.
Nice. My PI is brand new. Never been on a committee at UCSD. Neither of us know what's going on. So we're just trying our best.
Good.
Yeah. So I was thinking generally, because like I thought I knew what I was going to do. And now it feels like I'm switching what I want to do, which I think happens second year into third year anyways. So we were like, okay, let's get people that are like generally applicable to anything that you do right now. And then when we start expanding your committee, we get people that like work on a specific protein or a specific mechanism that like you're interested in, because the situation in my lab right now is that I'm the only like biologist. And how am I supposed to know what's going on? You know,
is Yenning not a biologist?
Yenning got her PhD in pharmaceuticals, sciences or something like that. Like she does, which is like kind of cool because now I'm doing like drug interaction stuff. But so yeah, but like to be like, oh, molecular biology, none of us got it. So I feel like we need someone to check us a little bit later. So yeah, so the people we're looking for that are either like imaging experts, because my stuff is like really heavy on like single molecule imaging, and then biophysics or like understanding molecular function and stuff on a really tiny level. So that's where we were going.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I asked Uri Manor, who's at Salk, who runs the biophotonics core and is affiliated with the health school, med health. I don't know what it is. Med school. Department of Health. Yeah, whatever.
Nice.
I think it's Department of Surgery.
Oh, does he do like clinical samples?
So Uri's actually a really interesting case. He wants to do MERFISH on the inner ear.
Whoa.
Looking at like hearing loss and deafness, I think. So I think that's really cool. He has interesting work. I think that's how he got affiliated with the medical school.
Can you define MERFISH for our listeners?
Multiplexed, error robust, fluorescent in situ hybridization. Basically, it just lets you see where RNA transcripts are, where like the cell is actively transcribing DNA into RNA into protein. We look at where all the little RNAs are and what types of RNAs and where they are in the cell and all that. It's like a hot method right now. Everyone's doing MERFISH. We're doing MERFISH, not me though, but my lab is. Yeah. So I think it's also good to just build a relationship with him, since we do similar stuff. And like anytime we're about to build our own microscope, like it's nice to have someone that like knows about all that. like have a good relationship and network with him. And another person I asked was Elizabeth Villa, who is an active supporter of the podcast.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Yes. Badass woman in science.
Yes.
HHMI, tenured.
Asymmetrical Bob.
Yes. Yeah. So
she was like, "Oh, this is just something fun."
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that, and I like, I think her science like aligns well with our science, and I also think that she supports me as a person, which I really appreciate. And yeah, I think again, a good person. Like I want to build a network since my PI is so new. It's like I'm really thinking about how to build a network, not just for me, but like also for the lab of like future collaborations and like people we can come talk to about if we run into problems, like who have thought about what we're doing. So that's that. And yeah, I don't know. I think it was like kind of scary trying to pick people, but like, and like I feel like I spent a lot of time drafting emails, but like they were just like, sent from my iPhone. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yes.
So don't stress too much about it.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, like actually having the meeting.
Yeah.
Tell us.
I don't know.
Like meeting everyone in the same room.
I want people to ask
that, right?
questions in a nice way. And I think that's what influenced how I chose people.
Oh, yeah. I don't want people to like, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to cry.
Yeah.
We're not crying.
Yeah. Definitely don't want like a griller on my committee.
And I think it's totally fair to ask questions, but I think it's like the tone of voice or like the implication of how you ask things, I think is like.
I love how Emily Tremel asks questions, hence why she's on my committee.
How does she ask questions?
She does like, it's bad words, a shit sandwich. You know, she like says something really nice. Good. Great talk. Ask question. And then says something else nice. You know, like, you're like, okay. Yeah. I don't feel like it doesn't feel like a pointed question. It
doesn't feel like you're only doing bad things.
Yeah. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
That's not I would have cried.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm doing my best.
This might be a good time to tell everyone that my PI is that person.
Yeah.
It's like, pause. What is this graph?
Oh, no.
Like in every lab meeting, at my first lab meeting, I was like, whoa, what's happening? And then like over time, I'm just like, okay, he's just frank. Yeah. But the thing is like when he says like good, like this means like, you're doing amazing. This is thoughtful. But this is incredible. But he would just be like, good. Yeah.
I think my PI is kind
of. So I need to like translate it in my own brain.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know I'm doing great because his wife told me, he said, I'm doing great.
Yeah. And why would he would have had to told her. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think my PI is like that too. We had a guest speaker come to our lab to give us like a demo.
Oh, fun.
On something, on like some software they had. And I remember we were sitting there, he's saying something, and Pop goes, why X, I don't remember what he said. Why would you do that? He explains it. That's wrong. The way I looked at Ryan, the other grad student in my lab, immediately opened my Slack channel and said, oh my God.
I feel like your PI and my PI would get along.
Yeah.
He often says that.
And the thing is, like, I never feel that energy towards me, or even if it's like, even if he said that to me, I feel like I'm such a like fighter with him that like I was just like, dang, imagine if I pulled up as like a guest speaker to someone's lab and they just looked at my stuff and said, that's wrong. Exactly. I would cry.
So how did that conversation go? Was the guest speaker like, no, I'm not wrong?
Yeah, I think it was technically wrong, but it was not his fault that it was wrong. It was like, it was an explanation of how other people were doing their simulations. And then he was like, yeah, it is wrong. That's why we're doing this other thing.
Whoa. When marketing works.
Yeah.
When marketing.
But it was also a good presentation if you're able to like make the audience go through, this is wrong, and then this is how we're fixing it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Anyways, back to committee meetings.
Yes, we're back.
Cool.
So we got our people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then we tell them, hey, let's meet like several weeks later.
And that's also
together.
But you send like a doodle poll, or I sent one to me.
I sent one to me too.
A doodle poll.
I'm actually anti-doodle poll. I'm so sorry.
I am
to tell
also
you.
anti-doodle poll.
It's too many little buttons.
I said I really hope they know how to fill out a when to meet send.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't figure out how to set my when to meet for like 2 months later. Because
you can
I click
track
all
the calendar.
I click all the way to the right and it like stopped letting me. So I'm like, it's okay. Plus the range of the age of the people in my committee are like
It's large.
Yeah.
30s to late 50s. So I'm like,
Yeah.
we must know a doodle poll.
Oh, no.
I asked someone's trainee, do they know how to fill out a when to meet?
Oh well.
I mean,
That's
it's
funny.
always good to make sure because
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
if they don't know how to fill it, then they won't.
They
just
won't,
won't.
yeah.
And she didn't.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
here we
Yep.
are.
Yeah.
Yep.
We made it through.
Yes. But meanwhile, we get to writing.
Yes.
We talked about
Eventually.
briefly
Yes.
at the
We
beginning.
have to write. It's our proposal. Our like materials are due a week before our committee meeting. So me and Lenise have our
Submitted
committee
today.
Yeah, we have our
Yeah.
committee meeting next week. Which this episode I think will be out already by the time we commit
You submitted today.
to our meeting. Yeah.
Commit your meeting.
Commit to our meeting. I got commitment issues.
Okay.
Oh no! Don't say that on the
Well,
podcast.
Stop.
It's
In
just
a
why I'll
week.
never get a tattoo.
Makes sense.
That's fair.
Anyways, yeah. So how was your writing experience? I think it helped that we had recently written a like 5-page proposal 6 months ago.
Oh, that's true.
So I think
Yeah. Did you use a lot of it?
I used half of it. So like
I
the
also used half.
second half of it, like the second aim, is my third aim in my proposal.
Wow.
I've never, since being here, I've never written a 3-aim proposal.
Oh, I got 3 aims and each aim got 2 little aims in them.
I have 2 aims, and each of them has 2 big aims and
Mm.
2 sub aims.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did the same thing. My second aim stayed, but my first aim changed to be something that felt more feasible
Yeah.
and less like
Yeah.
throwing.
fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first aim is literally make the whole process of making DNA origami better because it's not good right now.
Yeah. Oh no.
So we're getting there. And I feel like that's super doable. And like, it'll be fine.
That is a big aim. That's
Yeah.
a paper in itself.
I mean, it's like, it's not even, it's just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I think I'm cutting my bands out too small. And I realized that I took my undergrad to the Typhoon, which is like an image scanner thing.
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Yeah. It's so.
Typhoon? Typhoon.
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 Like, typhoon.
How?
Typhoon. And it's like,
D. That right there is a
That's what we need for the Instagram reel.
but anyways, I never used to image my things on the Typhoon because it's in the stem cell core. We don't do stem cell research, but we're about to, I guess.
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we like can have access to the stem cell core. I usually cut my bands tiny, 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 tiny.
Tiny.
And then I look at this like gel scan of like where the fluorescent probes are. Like my stuff is tagged with fluorescent probes. That shit like an inch thick.
Oh no.
So I just been grabbing like the tiniest little sliver of it. And I think that is why I have so many problems.
Mm-mm.
Is there like a, I guess, negative side to cutting it not thin enough? Like, why were you
No,
worried about
I don't know.
getting extra gel?
I feel like when I was trained, it was like,
But
You
then
wanna cut it
that's because
small.
you have to like melt it later.
yeah, I freeze and squeeze it.
take it to like the next.
You
Yeah.
what?
I freeze it and I
You
squeeze it. Yeah.
What?
I've never heard anyone say that before.
yeah,
Why do you
it's-
freeze and squeeze?
You freeze.
it?
Okay, it's biorad, freeze and squeeze. It's freeze, apostrophe, big letter N, new word, squeeze. 3 words, like wild and out. Freeze and squeeze.
Is that a kit?
Yeah, it's just like a spin column. Now we're getting into the weeds of it. Sorry if you're not caring about freeze and squeeze columns. But you you cut a little gel piece out of your band. It's for DNA extraction. You put it in the freezer for 5 minutes. And in theory, the freezing of the agarose starts to break up the agarose. And then you squeeze it, which is just running it through a centrifuge for an hour.
An hour.
Yeah. Bro,
What?
when I tell you my shit takes forever. And I feel like I should be running it for more than an hour because not everything comes out of the gel. Yeah. And then you like the centrifugal force.
Centrifugal.
Whatever. I can't say words. The centrifugal
No, I just
Fugel.
spat. I'm sorry.
Anyways, the force of it spinning so fast literally squeezes the liquid out of the gel, and then you get your DNA.
Nice.
And that's how that works.
This is for DNA origami purposes only, or for like
I think you can
any
use it
normal
for
person?
anything, but I've never heard anyone else use it. We're going on a journey.
So proposal writing was pretty good.
Yeah, it's turned in. So
Yeah, I sent it this
Do you
morning.
have do you want to share what like your writing style or like writing environment is like? Because sometimes people need like different ideas to work through.
I think the way I work best, Saturday and Sunday morning in lab, absolutely no one else around me. I can just play. I play Homecoming, the live album. And then once I get through that, I play Frank Ocean. This is Frank Ocean on Spotify. And then if I get through that, it's a Harry Styles moment. But like, I think there's no way for me to write as efficiently as I do in lab when there's people around and like stuff is happening and like
Yep, agreed.
so like I really just need literally no one else around me and I can get my work done in like 3 hours and then bam, I can go home. But like this morning I was finishing 2 paragraphs. That's all I had to do this morning. It took me till 2 p.m. to send my stuff in.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're
But
happy
that's
with
my
it.
recommendation. It's like find what works best for you and like find your space where you're like, this is like working hours. Like I can't do work at my desk, but I know I'll do or at my desk at home, but I will do work at my desk at work because it's like a work environment for me.
I put on a show that I've already watched on it. Like sit on my couch, have that as ambient noise, and just type after 6 p.m.
Interesting.
It's like very weird. That's like where I did most of my proposal this time around. At lab, I just feel overwhelmed, which is funny because when I was doing fellowships, I wrote them all in lab.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Do you feel overwhelmed when there's other people there? I feel like you have a lot of people in your lab, so there's a lot of like movement all the time. It's like not a still space.
Yeah, but if
like,
I'm in my office, like there's not
a
lot of stuff going in my office. I also am not an outline girly. I wish I could be. Can't do an outline.
I am an outline girly.
I know I'm not an outline girly.
Yeah,
I am an outline girly.
I am an outline
I love
girly.
that for you guys. I told Matt I'll give you a rough draft. I give him a rough draft of a full proposal. He's like, "This is rough draft for you." I was like, "Yeah, I can't do an outline.
Yeah.
It's not possible."
Well, what I
need
did
to
is
get my
I
thoughts.
rough draft my specific games, and then my specific games now an outline.
I guess technically I did my specific games. Sent that to him.
Yeah.
I was like, "Here's my specific aims and intro.
Yeah, that's an outline.
I'll get you the rest later." But it's like a full thing. An outline to me is like bullet points.
No. I do like this is the point I want to make, and these are the points I want to make within that aim. Next, this is the aim. These are the points I want to make within that aim. Next.
I definitely love bullet points. I always try to make my emails bullet points because I think like big chunk of text, maybe people miss a word or two, and I like to just like
give it to them.
Yeah. So definitely an outline person.
I see. Yes. I also love your use of check mark
Oh my
boxes.
gosh, thank you.
Very
Thank you. I
efficient.
think who introduced this to me? Maybe y'all.
Yeah.
Like it was like a recent development. So
You can do
we
this
love
in your
that one.
notes app too in your phone.
My to-do list is a little checkbox.
Yeah, my mom like plans everything on her little note app. It's so cute.
So cute.
It's
Yeah.
very
and then I go in and I do like bullet points and all these things, and she's like, "Why you mess it up?" And like if she wants to, like when she came to visit me in San Diego, she would look up like the temple, the Thai food, Vietnamese food, blah blah blah, and have like little screenshots of like the food that she wants to eat, except she doesn't crop it, so it's just the food. It's like her whole
The whole screen.
phone. Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, mom."
So cute.
Yeah, but we love an outline. I guess for me, I don't know. I think it changes a lot. Like if I'm writing about something that I already know, then I can write at home. But this time around, it was really helpful to go to lab and I start writing, and then I just shout to like the other bay and say like, "What is this method again?" And then they explain it to me, and I'm like, "Okay, got it." And then I write it.
Yeah.
Or like shout to a different person. So I thought that was really cute. Really taking advantage of like the
Everyone being
like
there.
open
Yeah.
and like at times really distracting work environment.
Yeah.
But
But
it was
it's
good.
Yeah, it's nice to check your science is sound by just like
Talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It
Cute.
was good.
Okay. So you write the proposal. You turn it in. Then you got to do a presentation.
Yeah, how's that going for y'all? I haven't started, so I'm gonna.
Don't look at me.
Okay, I did my practice talk last Friday.
Oh, what?
Which I actually thought it was too early to give a practice talk, but I think it worked out perfectly because, and here, let me tell you.
You want to zoom in?
No. It's so let's think about this timeline. It's like about 2 weeks before my actual presentation, 1 week before my proposal's due. And I gave a practice talk, had a conversation about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, shifted what my aims would be. I had time to fix my aims in my proposal so that like the committee got like a proposal that like matches what I say I'm going to do in my presentation. I was able to get a lot of like slide by slide feedback from like my entire lab, which was great.
Yay.
And now I have a whole week to fix that and practice doing a new presentation instead of like if I did it the Friday before. It would be like very quick turnaround of like fix everything and then go give this talk, and you have 2 days to like feel comfortable going over this.
Yeah.
That being said, it's Tuesday and I haven't edited my slides at all.
It's okay.
Because I was worried about my proposal. So that's like my thing for this week. But like honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get anything done in lab. I might go to a library because today, a mess in lab, absolute mess in lab.
No.
But like we got our stuff done and like we're gonna start fresh tomorrow.
You went to the typhoon today?
I went to the typhoon. Yenning's Murphish computer broke.
Oh no.
And Paul was moving today. And the way all of us were just looking at each other, like, what do we even do?
Broke in what way? Like
the motherboard cracked, like the C drive gone, fried. And that's like all the things that control the microscope, like all the software to control the microscope. That's like custom written code, not backed up. Yes.
Oh,
no. The vibes in the lab were not good today.
This is her desktop?
This is like the Murphy, they're like the microscope computer.
So it came with the microscope?
No, we custom built this, which now IT told us, this is why we recommend people don't custom build their computer.
Yep.
Yes. And I just ordered a bunch of parts to build my microscope for origami and the thing. And I'm about to look at Paula and be like, we should just return all this and buy a computer because I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that was like the today of, I have something due at noon-ish. Like I told myself I would send it by noon, and then Yenning's like looking at me and I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, stop kicking me.
Sorry. Unlike Amanda, I did not present last Friday, and I will be presenting this Friday.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry I said all those things.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Although I've had my proposal done for like a week or almost 2 weeks now.
Oh, so you were chilling.
Whoa.
I've had like a finalized aims thing, and I had all the things in the PowerPoint just sitting for a while, and it was not until yesterday that I was like, I'm gonna make this look pretty and like figure out a flow. But the difference also is I had BGSE. I presented for BGSE and my host path in progress, which is my second aim. So I just needed to add in my first aim.
Yeah.
Familiarize myself with my first aim because it's something that I haven't really touched, but like can do as a side project. And I know for the most part it'll work.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like half the slides were there. It was just like putting it all together.
Nice.
And I do have other people that have done these committee meetings before.
Yeah.
So I've been able to like see what they did in their second year and like on to help me kind of figure out how I wanted to structure my presentation.
Yeah.
So now there's a PowerPoint of like 70 something slides sitting in
mine
my
is 88
thing. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't started.
Good luck.
That's the problem.
I would
for next week.
start now.
I have 3 weeks.
Yeah, but like I think I don't know.
I'm gonna start this weekend.
Yeah. I don't know. It just like it's nice to like spread stuff out so it's not like oh my God, I have to do this 45-minute presentation in a week. It's like, I already did the intro.
I'm definitely gonna make mine 30 minutes.
Yeah, everyone's gonna ask so many questions. They won't even notice.
I'm gonna have extra slides if they ask questions.
Yeah,
because I'm not a fan of long presentations or long meetings.
No. Any questions? And that's enough. That's all they need.
I'm sure they will have questions.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So after you present, what's next?
You do research.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do what you said you were going to do.
Yeah.
And then the next time they meet with you is about a year?
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
a committee meeting every spring in our program, and it's instead of a proposal, you'd be giving them like updates on this is what I said I was going to do. This is how it's going.
So they actually hold this proposal too.
I mean,
I don't think so. I think if things I feel like no. Like the second year committee meeting, I feel is mostly to check, can you actually do this with the like 3 or 4 years that you have left?
Yeah.
Are you thinking critically about your project?
Mm-hmm.
And like networking. And then I think in the 3rd year, shit always hits the fan.
It do.
So it's
That's
like,
what I hear. That's what I hear.
I think it's preparing you for that, right? Like thinking through things for that when shit hits the fan, you know what to do.
That's why the alternative approaches.
Yes, we love an alternative approach.
That was nice. The alternative approaches gave me like confidence boost. I was like reading my edits from Matt, and he's like, "This is a good experience." I was like, "Thank you."
Yes, I do be thinking.
I do sometimes.
Cute.
Nice.
Yeah, let's take a little break. Hear from our sponsors, and we'll have some fun on the other side.
Canva Pro is a premium plan of Canva that comes with additional features, including unlimited storage for photos and assets. You can upload your own images and access millions of photos. You'll get exclusive access to 400,000 free photos, illustrations, and templates. Sign up and get a 30-day free trial with our link, so you can make cool things to put up on your walls or flyers to promote your events. And you can do this by going to this link, partner.canva.com/triplicates.
Check Study gives you access to homework help and allows you to look up answers to questions found in textbooks, which Check keeps as a database. You can also submit new questions to experts and get answers to them as little as 30 minutes. Use the code CHEGG AFF5. That is all capital letters CHEGG AFF5 for $5 off your first month of Check. All right, welcome back. This is the other side.
Hello.
So before we say goodbye for reals, I would like to ask one last question. Or this is not the stats question yet. This is like
it's just a vibes.
discussion question.
Okay.
All right. So
Discuss.
if you could have a walk-up song for a committee meeting, what would it be?
Music for a sushi restaurant. By
Oh my
Nurse
gosh, yes!
The vibes of that song, immaculate. It feels like it should be playing at the end of Night of Museum.
Yes.
Like that's the vibe. It's like
Also, can we talk about like the title? Like
yes.
dang.
Yes.
Does it make you want to like go to a sushi restaurant?
I don't eat sushi, but yeah.
The edamame is good.
She would not like
I don't know if you know who you're
edamame.
talking to. But like, yeah, the vibes are good.
Oh, they have the karaage fried chicken.
Don't know what
So
you're talking
good.
about. I do like a sweet potato sushi though.
Ooh.
It's very yummy. I have vegetarian friends.
You have vegan friends.
I do. We've never been to a sushi restaurant together though. Yeah.
It's probably not worth it for vegan
Yeah.
ingredients.
What would your song be?
I'm thinking. Well, you mentioned "Homecoming" by Beyonce earlier. And
Yes.
I thought like that's such a good song
Yeah.
because like it's the stage presence.
Yes,
it's the crowd
instruments,
screaming.
Yeah.
Like
it's so good.
if no one's applauding in this committee meeting, at
Yeah.
least Beyonce's fans applauded for me
Yes.
at the beginning.
The Beehive.
So either that or "Money" by Lisa,
Cute.
Okay, we love that.
because we love a Thai rapper queen.
Yes, so cute.
Yes.
I've had this entire time. I need this question. Anything by Bad Bunny.
Okay,
That's all.
okay.
Cool.
I don't think I can choose a song.
You just put that shit on shuffle.
There's a favorite like every other week, specifically from this new album. Yeah.
so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's round out the show. Let's do some observations. Let's run some statistics. What's the question of the week?
The question of the week is, do you think you'd win against fried chicken?
No.
Who would win? PhD student or fried chicken?
For me, the answer is no. And this is because this has been an ongoing fight and I know the answer. And I always lose.
Lovely.
I recently found out that I also lost against fried chicken, but it was like the Tennessee dry rub fried chicken.
Oh, that'll get you.
Yeah.
That'll get you.
Yeah. Like usually fried chicken's like fine for me, like different stuff, but this one was just like, oof, there's too much happening. Yeah. I think I experienced my first heartburn and I was like,
no,
I don't like this.
Yeah. The Publix fried chicken, Rib Publix. I'm sorry, y'all don't have it over here, so you guys can experience this, but
you can experience the heartburn.
Publix fried chicken, so good. The way my heart would skip a beat after I ate that, though.
Yes, to get ready for the heartburn. What about you?
So they said you can't have milk, but you can have fried chicken. So I do think I'd win against fried chicken.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've unfortunately lost both of those fights.
I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dave's hot chicken, Dave's fried hot chicken. That shit hits. Now I want some. Should I go?
You still can. It's still bright out.
I still
It's
can.
still bright out.
So with that, 66% of the PhD students in our study will lose against fried chicken.
It's not even will. Have.
Only one of us is going to prevail.
And is going to get fried
Dave's
chicken.
hot fried chicken.
That sounds so good. I don't think you understand how good it sounds right now.
All I can feel is the heartburn.
Oh no, sorry. Couldn't be me. Cool.
Okay, well, as always, if you have any topic you're curious to hear about, just let us know.
And you can tell us by finding us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at TriplicatesPod. And you can email us at triplicatespod@gmail.com. If you like us, support us on patreon.com/triplicatespod. And with that,
Obrigada y ciao.
gracias y adiós.
Kapun ka, bye.